All right, here I am. This is day 5 of the field notes, and I'm actually in the field today. I am at the Lyceum, which is one of the sites of where Plato and Aristotle used to have classes. So this is the site, and there's a couple of people, but I think they're going to go away. And here we go. So that's the site right there. How does it look? Yeah, it looks great. So that's very amateurish, but this is just for, for us here. Doesn't have to be too fancy. So instead of doing the field notes in my room, in my hotel room, I thought to myself, it would be a good idea to do it here because we're in the center of learning. This is where it all started, right? Where people would actually meet and discuss ideas. They even say it in the Bible that when St. Paul went to Greece, there would be people just chatting up, talking about the latest ideas. And this place started out as a gymnasium where people would go and work out, and then it certainly, transformed into a cultural center. And I think that was pretty cool. Like when you think about it, you start working out, and then all of a sudden this place becomes a center of education. So building up of the muscles and then building up of the mind. So I find that really, really interesting. I'm really happy to be here in such a wonderful place. Right before that, I was in the Cultural Museum, the Greek Cultural Museum, and I was a little disappointed in the beginning. And this is how it usually is for me when I go to these sites or when I go and visit places, that I end up being disappointed, and then all of a sudden at the last minute it turns around and I get like almost hysterical with like it finally hit me. So going to the Museum of Culture, and we're seeing nothing on food really. We're seeing a lot of jugs and plates and just how people lived back in the old days, how their rooms were set up, some artwork, some sculptures, some trinkets, from the period before times. And through it all, like, there are these plates, and these plates have like designs on them, and it doesn't I don't make the connection until the very end, when I realize that these plates sometimes depict like war and struggle. That's when I went like nuts, and I went through every period. I went back through the museum and I saw each period, all the plates, and I said, man, this is where it's at, this is it, right? So I went to ask, where would you put these plates? Would you put it in the dining room? Would you put it in the living area? Where would you put it? And the person at the front desk was not a historian. She was just in charge of tickets, and she said the historian's not in, but you can email her. So that's what I'll be doing, and I'm sure there's journal articles on the subject. But I want to know where these plates, I'm sure people weren't eating off these plates, but I'm sure they were placed somewhere in the kitchen, maybe in the dining room, I don't know. But that's like the center of memory, right? You have this artwork depicting war on these plates. And so I was like very, like, it's great. Everything's just smooth. I went to have lunch as well, and I ordered this dish called Smyrna chickpea patties, which I think I got the wrong thing because I just got a minced meat on rice. So I don't think I got the right thing, but either way, I think everything you need to know is on the menu. And the funny thing is that you can't go to the United States and get these things. And why was this so interesting? Why did I order that from the menu? Well, Smyrna is not a Greek city. It was once a Greek city that was located in the Greek part of Anatolia, now in Turkey, and now it's called Izmir. So Smyrna is called Izmir, right? So the naming is so important. So it's a dish that came from Smyrna. I need to look into it some more and try to get where that dish was from. But I guarantee that's when the people from during the population swap after the Turkish War of Independence, I think that's where that dish came from. So and I'm seeing a lot of graffiti. And the graffiti, one I saw coming down to the museum was, it said, welcome tourists. Let me show you, actually. Why don't I just show you? I'm gonna show you the plates too. Very, very weird. Like, I'll tell you, when I saw that, I made an audible, oh. Where is it? I'm sorry for the. There it is. It says, tourists, enjoy your stay in the cemetery of Europe. Right? If you can read that backwards, my apologies. But yeah, I'm not a technical wizard, you know. It says, tourists, enjoy your stay in the cemetery of Europe. And I think that has to do with the migrants. But then there's a connection there with anarchy, because anarchists don't believe in the nation state. And we're seeing a lot of anarchy symbols around Athens. I'm trying to find out why. I'm contacting a couple of professors about that who have lived in Greece. So I'm trying to get to the crux of what that means. What exactly, why is anarchy so central in Athens? Yeah, oh, and here are the plates. Yeah, every period of time had a plate. See these plates? So I'm trying to figure it out, what connection these little photos on plates, do they have any significance? And I know they do. Anyway, so that's about it for today. I still have to walk back to the hotel. Who knows? I might do a part 2 of this if there needs to be one. But everything's good. Everything's good. Things are coming together. It's not coming together like I imagined it. That's the thing. When I planned this trip, I thought I would be focusing purely on Greece's relationship with Northern Macedonia, but it's becoming more and more obvious that food has more to do with the Ottoman or Turkic experience. So that's something I'm going to have to really adjust my project. I don't know what the project will look like, but you never know what is a painting. You can't look at a painting and know what it is in the beginning stages. If you've ever seen Bob Ross, like the painter, like at the end of the episode you see what the painting is, right? So anyway, lots to think about, and it's intriguing, very curious, lots to do, lots to think about. Anyway, I look like a weirdo, but anyway, that's cool. Thank you, and see you next time.